I'm out of breath, Tall Paul.
I can see you're laboring and we haven't even started yet. What
I
are you
mean, I'm
doing?
running around like a chicken with my head cut off because it's episode 4 of the Producers Podcast. Jack Silver, Tall Paul Joseph,
That it is.
and a lot of levels in my house. A lot of
Well,
levels.
but don't you traverse them every day? So it would seem like
I do, but I'm old,
Oh
and
my God.
it's difficult to.
And aren't you swimming? Are you doing laps or are you
Oh
just
no,
sitting
no,
there soaking up water?
I've lost 11 pounds with the COVID, and
That's good.
swimming, walking through the neighborhood,
Yeah.
golfing, and then not taking the golf cart.
Right.
So, yeah, no, I should be in better shape, is what I'm saying. I think here's the problem. I think the alcohol,
It's outweighing it.
yeah, outweighs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can only do so much during the course of the day, and then in the afternoon,
Yeah.
or early evening, I should say.
Well,
when,
alcohol is not a great counterbalance to anything. So,
when happy hour hits right around 3:30,
yeah.
you got some problems.
You get some problems. Yeah. So
Well,
I would
okay.
try, you've got all those great stairs and so why COVID is on and all that. Start going up them, a few times.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I appreciate that. I didn't
Yeah.
know that was on the agenda for today to check out Jack Silver's exercise regimen. But since
Well, when
it
when
is,
you start the show panting,
well,
we've got to have an explanation for that. And here it is,
well, it's because I'm too many levels. But let's start the show with this.
Yeah.
I think this is a good way to start the show.
Okay.
You see this guy?
Unfortunately, I do. What is
Okay. Well, this is two people having an important debate on how to wear the mask properly.
this?
This is what it's come to, Paul.
Well, yeah.
Funny mask wearing memes or whatever the hell they're called. How about
Yeah.
that?
How we entertain ourselves, right?
Yeah.
I mean-
How you holding up with the pandemic, my friend?
Well, better than that guy. I
Yeah.
can tell you right now. 'Cause he looks like he's anemic too. I mean, he has put him back up. He
Oh, you
hasn't
want him
had a
back?
meal.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, you can count his ribs. That this guy, whoever he is, has not had a meal in some time.
Yeah.
So I mean, take a look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
look at ribs.
you're seeing pictures like this, or when you see the guy,
Yeah.
I think he was sleeping on an airplane and he had the mask over his eyes
Oh, okay.
to block out the sunlight.
Well, he's got an extra eye there.
Seems like he's missing the point of the
I don't know.
of the mask wearing, which again, it's been another week of
Yeah.
pandemic mania.
I just had, is this okay to do? I felt kind of funny about it, but I had painters in the house this morning, which I've been trying to keep everybody out of the house, but I needed to get this drywall patched up, painted. The two guys that came in with masks because I reminded them
Yeah.
on the drive over. But during their job, all of a sudden I noticed their masks were off. So I text them both and
Yeah.
I said, guys, in the house, got to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And they came back, oh, sorry. But two things, I guess it was okay to do that. But secondly, shouldn't they just know that at this point? You're in somebody's house?
Well, as you know, there seems to be this big divide about when to wear the masks. Is it a political statement?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to wear the mask inside? If I'm doing some work, I can't breathe. It's tough, but you're having some work done at your house.
Yeah.
I have a woman who helps us clean our house every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And if you're letting people in your house, they for sure should go with the mask thing, because that's the whole issue. Your family
Yeah.
is pretty much hanging out together, and so you're probably pretty safe there. Once you start bringing in the drywall guy, the cleaning lady, the Sparklets water guy loves to come in and start chit chatting. I'm like, bro, drop the water off, hit the bricks.
And by the way, this is how I greet everybody that comes to my door.
I like that. Right.
This is it. So is this kind of a message? It's a hint, right?
Well, I think it's
Hey, oh, good. Okay, you guys are here. Come on in.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah. Well, again, this thing has so many tentacles. It's like an octopus. I mean,
Well, it's kind of depressing because if you look at Europe
yeah,
and all these, I mean, Italy, they closed the country down. They got it solved,
Yeah.
and they're doing much, much better. We have not been able to do this because of the compliance, basically, of our populace that doesn't want to get involved. A lot of us don't want to wear masks, and that's ridiculous and selfish, and it's prolonging this crazy thing, and it's hurting everybody.
Well, it is. And I don't know what to say other than it seems pretty obvious when even Trump, I guess, went to somewhere recently, maybe a medical hospital for veterans.
Yeah,
And he finally wore a mask. I mean, if he would just do that, which would let everyone kind of know that everybody should be wearing them,
that's right.
it might help.
I
Well,
think, yeah.
between that and then, of course, the ongoing debate over just the social unrest. So between social unrest, mask wearing, record heat in the Southwest,
Wow.
we're off to a hell of a start in 2020.
Well, along with that, it's funny you mentioned that because I was going to bring up,
Oh,
sadly, all the celebrities
and the
that
celebrity.
have passed away, some due to COVID, some just in general, but it has been a terrible year.
Yeah.
I started putting a list together just of a few of these people. I mean, obviously the year kicked off miserably with Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Recently, Naya Rivera,
Yeah.
the woman that took her 4-year-old out in a boat and then unspeakably somehow was struggling in the water, got him back into the boat, but she couldn't get back in.
You know what I heard about that? And I've never been to Lake Piru, which evidently is in Ventura County, California.
I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
I read where the lake looks pretty tame at the top.
It's not.
Evidently underneath there's a lot of trees and branches and all sorts of seaweed or whatever the hell's in that thing. And you can easily get caught up in that, whatever's underneath the surface of the water.
You can get in. And I don't know if she was just struggling with that. The water isn't that rough, but, and there wasn't a lot of people on the lake, I don't think. But, to my mind, I would never let any one person take my 4-year-old kid out into the water. If they were gonna go out, I'd always have a couple people there.
Sure.
The other thing I don't know about if she was wearing a life vest because they said there was a life vest left in the boat and the 4-year-old had a life vest. If she wasn't wearing one, that would explain a lot because otherwise she could float.
Yeah, sure.
So
sadly, I hate to take a quick detour, but I was watching Jaws this week.
Oh yeah.
Classic movie.
Yeah.
The water can be a little tricky, Paul. I'm not saying that there's a 6-ton shark everywhere.
Yeah.
But I think, I was going to bring that up in the sense that I've got to stop watching movies like Jaws and The Shining because I'm already wound like a top.
Yep.
And I think we all could use a little happy time. That's why I've been watching now the Hallmark Channel, Christmas in July.
Well, I like that. I mean, I celebrate. We were actually talking here at the house, the kids, and saying, let's put up the Christmas decorations early. I mean, it sounds crazy, but you're sitting around. There's nothing to really look at. Let's get a few of the decorations up and have some fun. Why not?
Well, at least it gives you a good feeling.
Yeah.
And I know. Do you have any other those celebrity deaths?
Oh, I do.
Oh my God.
Let me run down this list because I said Kobe. Naya, Kelly Preston, John Travolta's wife, just passed.
Yeah.
Nick Cordero, Broadway star.
Oh my God, 41 years old.
Jerry Stiller, one of my all-time favorite comedians.
Yeah.
Fred Willard.
Yeah.
Amazing. Pop Smoke, rapper.
Right.
Buck Henry, if you remember, great writer. He actually wrote the movie The Graduate.
Wow.
Kirk Douglas, the oldest living legend of Hollywood.
What was he, about 101 or something like that?
He was 101 or 102, something like that.
What a run.
Yeah. Kenny Rogers, if you like country music. I know you're a country music fan.
I am.
Yep, he passed. Roy Horn of Siegfried and Roy, which I don't know if you ever went to their shows, but I used to go to their shows every time I went to Vegas. I loved their show with the White Tigers and everything. It was pretty amazing. It
was very popular. And he was the one who had the run-in with the tiger, right? He skirted death once when the tiger tried to take him down.
Yeah. Well, apparently and to that, interestingly enough, because they raise these white tigers, and you can never really trust one because they're wild animals.
Right,
but they say he tripped on stage, and when he fell, this tiger, which he had raised, the baby, grabbed him because he thought he was hurt and tried to pull him off stage. Well, when a tiger grabs you, it's huge injuries no matter what.
Right.
So he grabbed him by his head and pulled him off stage to protect him.
Okay.
But in doing that, he was harmed greatly. That ended his career, and then recently he died of a stroke. And then lastly, did we mention Ben Kehoe, Presley's grandson, who committed
That
suicide?
is so sad. That is so sad. These
It's
young
just-
kids who, I mean, evidently the strain of being in the shadow of your famous grandfather was too much for the kid. I don't know how it would be. I didn't have a famous father.
No?
No. Fred Silver drove a truck. Basically, that's about
Yeah,
as
you
famous.
could be famous driving a truck.
He was a great guy, but I don't know what it would be like to have Michael Jackson as your dad,
Right.
or Elvis
It'd be
Presley.
cool. It'd be cool.
I think it would be cool. I wouldn't have a problem with it. I've always said I'd be in the family business if my family business wasn't, driving a tobacco truck, bringing cigarettes to gas stations.
Well, yeah, and I guess he had a song. At one point, he signed, like a few years ago, he signed a $5 million record deal, just based on some music he created, his name, and the fact that he looked. If you see a picture of him, he looked a lot like Elvis. We should have put a picture up.
Yeah, you know what? Damn, I should have gotten that.
Yeah,
Bad producing.
Yeah, we missed the picture. But we're still learning this whole thing.
Well, we are. And do you have Carl Reiner on there, the classic?
Carl Reiner, Carl Reiner was on there, and it's just. And what can you say about him? He lived to be 98 years old.
Great run. And just old school comedy, funny guy, and hung out with all the old funny guys, Mel Brooks and the rest of that group, Conway's dad, etc. So, it's been a rough year. I mean, we're only halfway through, Paul. That's
what's scary. And I think the number is like 48 or 49 celebrities already,
Wow.
And of course, all the COVID deaths, just a lot of sadness going on. So we have to try to make it happy.
Well, try to lighten it up a little bit. Now, a couple more things about the COVID thing, and I know we've been doing the Karens of the week, talking about these crazy people.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Have got to. Well, it's not COVID related, although sometimes it is, but it's also just social unrest related, like this charmer right here. You see her?
Wow. Yes, I see her. Who is she?
Her name is, let me see, Diana Ploss. Okay. She is the brain surgeon and I guess the afternoon host on a radio station in Nashua, New Hampshire. Have you seen her Karen video?
No.
Oh, okay. Classic. So
she went off?
She went off.
Yeah.
She works at a radio station in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And basically, we'll start AM 1590. Start with that. So
okay. Well, that's at the end of the earth. That's that's when you quit radio, and you're off radio for 5 or 10 years, and then you go on AM 1580.
1590.
1590. I gave her a promotion.
No, that's
if you slide down, that's better.
AM 1590.
Yeah.
Is the crappy station she was on, and then of course AM 1610 is the airport channel. So if you need airport information, I mean, anyway. So, but I digress because even whatever station you're on. So basically, what she was doing was there was some workers doing work in the town that she lived in. I guess Nashua, New Hampshire, and she started berating them to talk about had they actually they weren't speaking English. They were Mexican dudes. Or Hispanic guys, I should say, and they were speaking Spanish. So she had to go on a 3 to 5 minute tirade about, why aren't you speaking English? This is America, all this other stuff, to the point where, a concerned citizen said, hey, leave those people alone. Of course, she got into it with that. But here's the best part of the story, Paul.
Yeah.
She got fired from AM 1590. Which, by the way, how do you even get hired there, let alone get fired there?
Yeah. Fired means to me that she was drawing some kind of compensation. Now, the compensation was probably nil. It could be nothing that they would pay at the top of the dial like that on an AM station for some quote unquote talent. That to talk. So maybe she was making $5 an hour or something.
Whatever she was making, but and the video, was shown, and of course the station manager, probably a real shining light in the broadcasting business.
They woke him up.
Finally, dusted him off out of his chair and said, "Hey, bro, your afternoon woman is berating Hispanic gentlemen doing their work," so they booted her ass. And
they cleaned her out. And judging, you showed me that picture. That look in her eye, she looks like she's got the capabilities to go a little crazy. You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
she
yeah,
looks like she
yeah. You
wants
showed
to.
me that picture. I saw. Look deep into those eyes.
Yeah,
One eye's open more than the other.
yeah.
Okay,
By the way,
so
that's her station publicity shot, I think.
so that would be like the top of the chain for her picture. A
Right,
lot.
right,
That would be her best picture out of 10 pictures, or maybe 100.
right.
That would be her best picture.
And you got to listen to watch the video, listen to the audio. She's got that New Hampshire accent, and just berating these people. It's so lame. And the Karens continue. Evidently, there's every day there's another one.
Yeah.
And then the other one was a CEO of a company up in Northern California.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you saw that one where the guy was sitting. There was a family having their dinner, an
Asian family.
And this guy eating his dinner just starts going off on him, table to table.
It made no sense. They weren't even talking to each other.
Of course. It's none of your business, bro. If an Asian family's eating food at a restaurant, you just keep your trap shut, keep your racist views to yourself, and go about your business.
I don't know what goes on in people's heads. Well, thank God the waitress stepped in and, told him to shut up and then invited him to leave instantly, which he did too. And then he retired. I guess he quit his position. He was CEO of some company.
Yeah, right. Now, and by the way, I've always said the same thing. I mean, if you have a good job, don't lose it over some ridiculous racist comments that you're going to make at a restaurant. So the Karens continue. I forget what they're calling guys, either Kens or Richards or something.
Maybe Ken's. Maybe we call them.
It's going on. It's going on both sides, as we always say on the producer podcast.
Yeah,
it's got to stop.
Yeah,
and it should stop right away.
Well, you can't control the craziness, obviously. You can't. People are going to do and say what they want to say, what they think, and that's what always gets me is they don't look down the line to think, oh, okay, if I stand up and berate this family that's just having dinner and I'm not bothering anybody, I'm going to have to leave my job, or I'm going to be thrown out of this restaurant. They don't think that way. I don't know what they're thinking.
I truly don't, and obviously they're not thinking.
Yeah.
And it's just, it gets worse every time. I'm just glad that people are videoing these people.
Yeah.
And holding a mirror up to their behavior so we can talk about it. And then at some point, maybe someone will realize, let's take it easy on berating minorities just because you think you're some supreme being.
I think it just has to start at the family level. And I think that parents have to raise their kids in a style to be accepting and to not key on what someone looks like or talks like or any of that, because that's sending your child down the wrong path. And especially these days. So it really is up to the parents, I believe, to have that conversation with your kid and then lead by example, and don't do that. And if you do, it's very simple then. And this, it's definitely something we can conquer, It's just a matter
good luck. I mean, unfortunately, the vibe of the country and the split between people, the racial divide is very big, and it looks like we're making some headway on that.
Yeah,
I'm seeing some good things happening with the Black Lives Matter movements and a variety of things in social justice, but we got a long way to go. And these Karen videos and people who are just
I don't understand. I mean, did you hear the Nick Cannon story?
I did, but you can refresh my memory for those who didn't. And
well, he was fired for saying anti-Semitic, Semitic things, and I guess he has a podcast and he said all these things about these stories, promoting different things that shouldn't have been promoted, and then he's trying to backtrack from it. But Viacom fired him, for doing it, which I think they had to do. Well,
he also does a nationally syndicated morning show.
Yeah.
And on a local station and nationally syndicated, plus all these other jobs. Nick, and I've heard him on Howard Stern multiple times, and he's got some very big ideas about things. But you can't go down that road if you want to keep your job. And I know he's bitching and moaning that why would they fire me and making me bow down. But these companies, Viacom, CBS, whoever does the syndication, they're not looking for that.
No.
Nick Cannon's supposed to be the America's Got Talent guy. He's whatever the hell he's been in his career. If you want to be a political pundit
Yeah.
or espouse anti-Semitic rhetoric,
Right.
do it on your own time, Nick. Not as an employee of Viacom CBS,
Exactly.
not as an employee of Murillo Broadcasting or whatever that is.
Yeah, Murillo. Yeah.
And that's the bottom line, Paul. It goes off. We were just talking about the CEO. Hey, if you've got all these views, knock yourself out. But if I'm running the company,
Yeah.
I'm not looking for that out of you. Nobody hired Nick Cannon to get into the political arena, and especially the anti-Semitic thing, which is a very tough topic to cover.
Again, why would you go there? You know, I mean, you're supposed to be, if you're doing a morning show
Yeah.
at a radio station or a TV station, you're supposed to be the warm, comforting cup of coffee for everybody that gets them going. And, you know, in whatever style, I don't care if it's hip hop or whatever it is, but you're not supposed to be espousing those types of comments. And, you know, that's not part of the rhetoric of that job. It's just not.
That's the main thing. So know your role. I understand it's important for him to talk about certain things, but just like I believe it is Deshaun Jackson of the Eagles, I think that was the same situation.
Yeah.
Got into a anti-Semitic type vibe on some conversation he had with some feelings he's probably had all his life. And now and this is my favorite part, let's go to Israel and let's learn about Jewish people. And like, okay, dude, you might want to do that a little ahead of time.
Yeah.
Before you lose, I think the Eagles have reprimanded him.
Yep.
And did that. And now you got your boy, what's his name? Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon.
Losing his job.
Yeah, it's uncalled for, unnecessary. And yes, now he's going to go and travel Israel and learn and all that stuff. Right. But, you know, you don't really need to do that. All right, let's do something fun here.
Well, let's do that because I'm ready to jump out the window.
I know.
I mean, between this conversation, God love it, and unfortunately, and let's do something fun.
Let's do something fun.
With the precursor to say, this is what's going on with everybody. Anybody you talk to, everyone's in a little bit of a funk.
Yeah.
It's their job, lack of a job.
Yep.
Social unrest, COVID-19.
Yeah.
Celebrity deaths.
Oh.
What you got, Paul?
Well, what I have is because of COVID-19,
yes.
And I don't know about you, but I'm sure a lot of people out there, you never have a chance to sit around television during the morning and watch like I am right now. This is like a first for me, probably for you too, Jack, mainly. And so I'm seeing all these pharma ads, you know, they're all every possible type of prescription imaginable on television. Right. And I'm going like, I had no idea. I mean, I know they spend billions of dollars on television ads and all that, but I didn't know. So I got into this thing of trying to figure out what they all are. Cause you know, you're listening to them, they kind of go by you, these names, and all they really show is some people on swings or at the beach having fun.
Right.
But they're listing these horrible things that are going on if you take the drug that could happen.
Yeah. Side effects.
One good thing that might happen if it works.
Right.
So with all that in mind, I was sitting there thinking, I don't know why it happened. I just sit there thinking, I wonder if Jack really knows what these things are. So I thought I'd quiz you.
Okay.
You know, with an incentive, we're going to do 8 of them.
Okay.
If you get 4 of them right, I will buy you lunch next time I see you, which might be, 2022.
Well, that's fine. I believe it. I enjoy a good free lunch.
Yeah.
And I'll take you up on some nice Thai food.
There you go.
Natalie Thai in Culver City.
Boy, that sounds good.
Oh, I know. All right, so go ahead. So you're going to give me the name.
So I give you the name. I give you 3 choices to make it easy. You tell me which one it is. Okay?
Fantastic. Let her rip.
Okay. Here we go. Number 1, Cymbalta. Is that an antidepressant? Is it a kidney drug? Is it a flu drug?
Say the name one more time.
Cymbalta.
Now, all right. For honesty, I believe Baba Booey is taking Cymbalta.
He's probably taking all these listed.
I might have just heard this morning.
Yeah.
I think it's an antidepressant, even though he's taking it. He's taking it because he's getting a knee replacement.
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
By the way, Paul,
pulled that out.
What are the odds just today driving Miss Daisy to and from work?
Yeah.
Long story longer. And I'm listening to Howard Stern, and they were talking about a drug that Gary's on called Cymbalta.
Wow. That's an antidepressant drug.
Wow.
You got it. 1 for 1. Here we go. Let's see.
I don't like to
brag. Hopefully they're talking about this next one too.
Well, yeah.
if
it's not on the Howard Stern show or CNBC, I don't really know much about it.
All right. Repatha.
Repatha.
Repatha is that for infection, gene therapy, or cholesterol? Repatha.
Well, I know, well, cholesterol, the big one is what I take, which is, I don't even forgot the name of it.
Oh,
Anyway,
you don't even know your own drug.
no,
To my point.
I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. That's the issue here. Okay, Repatha, it's not cholesterol. It's one of the other two.
Infection, gene therapy, cholesterol.
Gene therapy.
Gene therapy, it's
Right.
cholesterol. It's just one of the ones you haven't gotten to
No,
yet.
no, the one I take, what is it called again? I don't know. It's an offshoot of the main thing. Well, anyway, but everybody should be taking some of that stuff because we all eat way too much high cholesterol foods,
Right.
especially as you mature, Paul, even though I'm not very mature. Okay, so I'm
No,
one
you're
for
not.
one.
Okay,
and
you're one for two.
One for two.
All right. Ibrance. You heard of this one, Jack? Ibrance.
Spell it.
It's Ibrance. Ibrance.
Ibrance.
Is
Never
that
heard of it?
for psoriasis,
Hmm.
for liver, or for cancer?
Well,
Ibrance.
I do take a liver cleanse every day. Well, I take liver cleanse, but that's like
How do you cleanse your liver every day? I don't even know how you do
well,
it.
you just take these pills, and it's like I don't know what's in them. They're kind of you get them from the health store. It's supposed to offset the booze,
The booze at night?
right? So I
Yeah.
would say, all right, liver. It's for the liver.
Liver, you say. Ibrance is, it's cancer.
Hmm.
It's a cancer drug.
Luckily, don't know that about it.
Luckily you don't, but you're one for three. You got to step it up here, brother.
Right, well,
Let's go.
yikes.
Trulicity. It's got a nice flow to that name, Trulicity.
Right. It sounds like a travel agency or something.
It does kind of.
All right.
Hair growth, diabetes, or respiratory. Trulicity.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. I've never seen the commercial. I'm sure the side effects, by the way, the best part about all those commercials, Paul, are the side effects.
Oh, yeah.
Could result in death
Oh, yeah.
or.
Well, they're playing
diarrhea.
basketball or they're on the swing at the beach and they're saying, you might have diarrhea for the next 20 years.
Don't let it bother you.
Yeah, don't let
All right, I think it's the second one. What did you say the second one was?
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Bing, bing, bing.
Ooh,
You got it.
I don't know how I
How
got
did you
it,
pull that out?
but that's just a guess. Honestly, Paul, this is a great bit because nobody knows what half that stuff
know.
is. And it's true. And the
Yeah, we
commercials
hear it.
come one after another, and it's like you have no idea what they're talking about.
Okay, you've got two. You need two more for the
All right,
lunch.
let's go. I'm on a roll, big boy.
You are. Humira. Humira. Is it an arthritis drug? A drug for shingles? A drug for angina? Which would be the heart.
Okay, I was going to say, because I don't know what, I thought the angina was another name for the private part of a woman. Or,
Get your head out of the gutter
I will.
and raise it up
sorry,
because it's angina is for the chest.
got it. I would say the first one.
The first one, arthritis. You're right.
Oh,
Wow, look at you.
and maybe I've seen that somewhere on a commercial.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. You've got to process some of these because you hear them over and over again.
but they don't really, to your point earlier, they don't really tell you what it is. They try
Not really.
to, and they just want a doctor to prescribe it. So
Yeah.
the commercials are just to burn some cash and to try to get doctors to prescribe it. All right, so I'm three. I just need
Three.
one more
You need one more for the lunch.
piece of cake.
One more for the lunch. Let's see here. Okay, Skyrizi.
He's the morning guy in Waco.
No, he's not.
He's not the morning guy in Waco, Texas.
No.
Um,
Skyrizi, is this ear infection, eye infection, skin care? Skyrizi.
Skyrizi.
And by the way,
Yes.
you should know this one because they've got a catchy little tune with it, which is actually getting some comments on the internet about the tune.
Oh, wow.
You know, and I'll tell you after you.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it. I would say, what were the first two real quick?
Ear, eye, or skin care.
I think it's an eye product.
No, you're wrong. It's
Yeah.
not. It is skin care. It's nothing means everything. Nothing means everything. Da, da. Great song.
Luckily, I've not heard that.
You'll hear it now.
Couldn't be as bad as the Cars for Kids commercial.
Oh God.
1-800 Cars for Kids.
With that guy, whoever he is, God bless him, the guy that's trying to outsing the kid.
Yeah, no,
Kind of
that's
a
painful.
deeper voice.
All right, let me get one more because it's
We got 2 left,
okay.
and you've got to get one of the 2 because I gave you 8.
Yeah.
You've got 3 right. So let's see if you can get Eliquis. Eliquis, which is for the lungs. It's a blood thinner. It's a blood pressure. Eliquis.
I say blood pressure because everyone takes blood pressure medication.
That's a good guess, but you're wrong. It's blood thinner. Eliquis.
Thinner.
Blood thinner. Last one.
Oh, Christ.
You got to get this right,
All right.
or you don't get the free lunch.
Okay.
3. You've gotten 3 out of 7 so far.
That is
Okay.
weak.
Yeah. Symbicort.
Symbicort.
Symbicort. Is it for the lungs, for the back, for the legs?
I say it's for the back because like cortisone or, it's probably when it's got a cort in there.
Yeah.
It has something to do
Symbicort is not for the back.
God damn it.
And it is for the lungs. It's for COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. For
Now
people
that I've seen that commercial. That's the one where they got the elephant sitting on your chest.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That
Or
I've seen.
they got the grandpa with the kid, and she's going, "You huff and you puff and you." I mean,
That's a rough one.
like you, Grandpa.
Well, that's a fun game, Tall Paul, and I appreciate you letting me play it.
Thank you. And you didn't get the free lunch.
It's all right.
We'll play it again.
We'll do it again. But listen,
Yeah.
This has been an absolute pleasure.
It has.
We've talked about the COVID. We did a little Karen stuff.
Celebrity deaths.
We played a game.
Played
Now,
the game.
that's how you do a podcast.